Hi there and welcome. This is Vince of vinceprep.com and Agos Admissions Consulting. I'm going to give an example to the Berkeley Haas question, describe a difficult decision you have made and why it was challenging. In a previous video I explained the questions behind the questions that I think could help you brainstorm an answer, and now I'm going to share my brief answer in case it helps you see how to use the template. So here's my story. My difficult decision was in 2014. I did decide to come back to my former employer, which is called Agos Japan. I had been independent as an admissions consultant as Vince Prep since 2007. Returning to Agos meant I could work in a team. So on one hand, I was attracted to the idea of working in a group. I figured I could get more done. And I was just frankly tired of working alone. I didn't see any growth potential as a one-man business, and I didn't really want to scale admissions consulting. It doesn't scale well, frankly, as a business. It's not very efficient. It's one-to-one. Anyway, so coming back to Agos represented a team. On the other hand, staying independent represented flexibility and freedom. So I had to choose between the two of these. Ultimately, I decided to rejoin Agos because it provides the best opportunity to impact Japan and the world. We decided as a family to stay in Japan a while longer for my son's education, so I figured if I'm going to be here, I want to work with a group of people who was highly experienced, experts in their field, 25 years doing this, and they would give me a platform. What I really want to be doing, in addition to running the department and training my team and being the best team in Japan, is and working one-on-one with a select group of clients, I want to build tools. I want to utilize my training in education technology, my love of storytelling, and to develop tools and systems using education technology, especially mobile devices, to help people think about their stories and select the right stories, not only for admissions, but even for career job interviews and stuff. So it's a fun idea, and Agos shares a similar vision, and gives me a platform in which to realize those visions. And to keep doing the work that I love, which is helping individuals achieve their admissions goals. Now, that's my story, and it more or less follows the template that I outlined. It talks about what I decided. I think you should start by saying I chose X. Then go back and say I was choosing, but I chose X, but my other choice was Y, and what each one represented. So in my case, Agos team, and then Vince Prep as individual independent, definitely freedom, flexibility. So how do I decide between those two? For me, the deciding factor was impact. Where could I make the biggest impact? Not as a one-man show, but in a team of people who have a similar vision as me over the long term. Would I use this story for Berkeley Haas? Maybe not. It's probably, on one hand, it explains the background of my goal. Let's say I'm going to MBA to develop the business model for these tools that I want to create, maybe to learn about finance, maybe to find funding, to find partners. Computer science program at Berkeley is wonderful. In the Bay Area, a lot of ed tech, Khan Academy. I can find people probably in the Bay Area to nurture my dream. I can get feedback from venture capitalists. It's a good story. It's probably the setup to my goal. But in the case of Berkeley, ultimately I think I wouldn't tell this story in Essay 2 because I think this story actually needs to be a part of Essay 1. Essay 3. Berkeley Haas Essay 3 is the goal essay. I confused you. Berkeley Haas Essay 1, which I haven't talked about yet, is what song best represents you, or something like that. What song captures who you are and why, kind of value story. I'll talk about that in a separate video. But I would, if I were my own client, if my client shared this story with me, I'd say, great, good to know this background, good to understand your goal. Let's find a way to put this into your goal essay, Essay 3, and then save this Essay 2 for something that hasn't, that I have no other opportunity to share. Something about maybe my personal background or what I do outside of work, or something that's a potential contribution to the school, something that's not so obviously tied to my goal. Most of all, I wouldn't choose this story because Berkeley gave me the opportunity to talk about this example in Essay 3 because they ask for a summary of my path to business school. Wharton doesn't do that. Columbia doesn't do that. Even Kellogg doesn't really give you the opportunity, as well as Berkeley does, or Stanford also, just says why Stanford, to summarize your career to date. It's a golden opportunity, which is why I encourage you to start with Berkeley's goal essay. If you're going to apply to Berkeley at all, you answer their question first, because it's a better question, honestly, from an applicant's point of view, in terms of reflecting and getting to know yourself. Anyway, that's it. Stay tuned for more videos. Subscribe for the latest updates. Best of luck with your applications, and bye for now.
We on a war tour with Muhammad, my man, going each and every place with the mic in their hand. Chinatown, Spokane, London, Tokyo.